17. Tomorrow's the start of a new month, if you can believe it. As always, ABQ, the magazine, is releasing their latest issue. Lots of stuff packed into this one. And here with a preview of what you're going to find this month is Tom Sanford. Tom writes for the magazine.
Right.
So we're glad to have you this morning. And by the way, I enjoyed last month's, and it was all about doctors and the different features that you can find around Albuquerque. And there was some interesting history in there too. So I'm hoping this month doesn't disappoint, and I'm sure it won't.
It won't. Actually, we have some history in here too as well. So yeah, if you're a history buff, we got you covered. But the main part of this mag is, we're always on here bragging about Albuquerque. I mean, I come on here every month. I've been coming on for like a year now. But I was thinking, we want to investigate what makes Albuquerque so good and compare it to other cities that are of similar size.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that uses quite a bit of research, I imagine, for that.
Oh, yeah. What we did is we looked around Albuquerque and we found like 10 categories that Albuquerque really excels at, like hiking community here, or the craft brew community. And we stacked them up against other cities that were really remarkable, like Denver, and microbrews, for example. I mean, I love beer, so that was I wanted that category right from the from the beginning, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's other ones. Pizza's on here. I can see that on the front cover. So how do we stack? Let's dive right into that one because I'm curious. I love pizza. I know you love beer. I love pizza. So let's talk about the pizza one. How do we stack up there? Can you give us any insight?
Yes. What we did is we compared them both, and we picked out a winner just on based on our research. And that is one category that ABQ found fell just a little bit short of because we compared it to Brooklyn, right?
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York. I mean, that's world renowned. It's
right.
Not hard to beat that, right?
Right. That may have been a tall order. However, I imagine there are some tasty places.
Absolutely, and I mean, a lot of them, Albuquerque actually won because, that's the point of the mag, is to show off the city, right?
Of course.
So, like our hiking community, we have like 150 miles of trails, 60 trails. We compared that to Salt Lake City. They have the Wasatch Mountains out there, but it's not as good as the Sandy is. Let's not joke around here. We did our research and we made sure. So we wanted to share that with the readers.
Overall, how would you say, in reality, Albuquerque really does stack up to those cities? I mean, obviously, this is we do want to have the opportunity to really showcase the city, but there are a lot of things that Albuquerque has the advantage on, no doubt about it.
That is true, and there's some surprising stuff that we came across when we were doing research. Like our mixed martial arts community here in Albuquerque is huge, right? World renowned for pumping out some of the best fighters out there, right? But we compared that to Montreal in Canada because that's the home of what's his name? George St. Pierre. He's the champion UFC fighter, but he came here to train. So it's so intermixed and like. There's just so many different facets to Albuquerque that makes it great.
You're going to learn a lot by reading this magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff you didn't know. Okay, can you tell us some of the other features in the April issue? The They've Got Game feature. Who's that about?
Well, we all dream about winning the lottery and becoming rich overnight, right?
Right.
Well, this feature kind of sprung out of some friends of the mag. There was one that had been on Jeopardy, right, and won $55,000.
Wow.
Yeah, she's just a genius. She knows all the trivia that you could ever think about, right? And she ended up winning it, and she took her winnings, and she took a trip to London. She's a huge Beatles fan. Well, it turns out the final question on Jeopardy was a Beatles question.
Cool.
So she nailed it. She took a trip to Abbey Road, and she got to feed the need to get all that info on the Beatles. So
that's incredible. So this is people that have won money in the Albuquerque area.
That's right. Yeah, and it's from different contests, from slot machines to game shows, everything else.
I bet there are a lot of winners. There probably are in a lot of different places too. Okay, switching gears to living history feature. You were talking about history. There are some features in this this month's magazine. Who are these people, and what type of influence they have on Albuquerque?
Well, basically, what we did is we reached out in the community. We found Albuquerqueans who not only affected this community, but the world, right? There's one guy, his name is Andrew Stone, and he was a software developer for Apple for 20 years, right? So what he built up has been used as the basis for Apple computers that we use today, right? I'm sure you have some floating around here in the studio somewhere. Yeah, and then, let's see, what is his name again? Bill Daly. Do you know him by chance? Have you ever seen I Dream of Jeannie?
Yes.
Yes, he is. He's the major on there, and he actually lives here in Albuquerque. He's part of the theater scene. Yeah, but he hangs out at the coffee shop. He's done it for the last 30 years. So you could go look up this world-class actor. He's always touring the world, and you can just chat with him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's geniuses that live around the corner that you don't know about. So pick up a mag and you'll find out.
Okay, so how can people get their hands on this month's issue? And by the way, if you don't mind holding that up right there as you explain.
Absolutely.
So that people can see that. That's the cover. You'll see it on stands, but where can they find it?
You know what? It's already in our subscribers' hands, but you can find it at Walgreens. It's hitting newsstands the 1st or the 2nd of this coming month.
All right, Tom Sanford with ABQ The Mag. We're so glad to have you. And for more on that, if you'd like to see more details on where you can pick it up, that kind of thing, KRQE.com. And of course, you want to pick it up and read it, enjoy it.
All right.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.